I am so pumped because the Barbie teaser trailer is here. I know you didn't watch it.
No, I did.
You did, because I sent it to you. Is that why?
No, because Dave watched it and I could hear it because he was watching it on his phone. And then once I heard it, I was like, well, I might as well see it.
Okay, so what did you think?
Look, my appetite was already whet for that movie. So, I'm fascinated to see how they're going to pull this off and what they're going to do. And frankly, after the last two Margot Robbie movies I saw, I'm thrilled to see her doing a non-period piece.
Right. And hopefully not that accent. Right? If she's doing the Barbie voice, she can't be doing whatever her fake New York accent is that she's doing.
This is true. Lately. One would hope.
Yeah, the fact that there's like a 2001 homage is just beyond inspired, and the way they incorporate that is so cool. There are so many parodies of it, but this is very, very clever.
And the voice of Helen Mirren.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited about that. Anyway, so that is out there lighting the internet on fire. But first, this weekend, Avatar is coming out, Avatar: The Way of Water. They're expecting it will make $175 million domestically alone and perhaps $500 million worldwide.
Woo. I wouldn't be surprised. Although I did see a headline this morning that the China opening is a little softer than they thought it was going to be.
Okay.
But I guess there is a China opening, which I think at one point maybe there wasn't. So
why would there not have been a China opening?
I thought I had read that this movie wasn't opening in Russia or China, but maybe I'm thinking of another big movie of the moment. I don't know.
Because the whales are queer?
I don't know.
Maybe. They're non-binary whales. And we just don't feel comfortable with that. So a lot of DC Studios news this week, a lot of drama, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, a lot of things being put out there, including Henry Cavill confirming that he will not be coming back as Superman. He put out a very gracious statement to that effect. But he had already also quit The Witcher and now can't come back to that either.
Right.
So there's that. And then Patty Jenkins put out a statement saying, look, I don't usually do this kind of thing, but there's so much misinformation out there. I got to let you guys know what really happened. And she disputes a lot of the reports about her being kicked out. Walking. Yeah. And also it took the opportunity to, sing the praises of Gal Gadot and everybody who worked on the films. Mm-hmm. And so it's a lot of drama. And I'm of two minds because part of me really loved the idea of Henry Cavill in that role. Like he looks the part. Yep. He's gorgeous and charismatic, but also can do the dorky Clark Kent thing. And he seemed like a really, really good fit, just physically in terms of his acting abilities. But I guess the whole point when you bring in somebody like James Gunn is to shake things up. And they can't do it the same way they always have been. Exactly. A casualty of that.
Yeah, I think, as they were saying, like the point of bringing in somebody who's going to change everything is that they change everything. And so, I think they're going to be kind of like starting from scratch in a lot of ways, which I'm sure has a certain segment of the DC audience is upset about that. But, I think that clearly this is a decision from on high that they need to, try other ways of doing things. So, you do have these movies that are sort of that are kind of caught in the middle now, I think, because like they're already at some stage of the pipeline, but they won't necessarily reflect whatever comes next, whatever it is that Gunn and Safran have coming up next. You've got like Aquaman 2 and the second Shazam movie and Blue Beetle, which are going to be sort of, in the middle, but obviously they'll, look, there was a time when movies just existed on their own and they didn't necessarily have to be part of a gigantic interlocking mega narrative. So, let's just take them for what they are on a case by case basis.
Yeah. And I mean, these are all really savvy people. And so they're all saying all the right things about how it was nothing but a pleasure to work together. Like when Patty Jenkins put out her statement, James Gunn responded saying it was always professional and always a pleasure. Like everyone's saying the right things. Like Henry Cavill's like, they pulled me aside. I have no hard feelings. And so
I just want Batgirl to come out.
maybe that will happen now. So,
I don't know.
And you'll be shocked to learn that there is the hashtag fire James Gunn Twitter hashtag going on. Is also like, these are the same people you'll be shocked to learn who are tweeting, bring back the Snyderverse and all that kind of thing.
Don't say.
I don't say.
Oh,
I don't.
Brother.
And again, like as we saw from that stupid Oscar special moment poll, they are bots. They are either really enthusiastic.
They have a way of inflating their presence on the internet. Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk about Twitter a little more because several prominent journalists were suspended last night. People who just happen to be covering Elon Musk for a living for Washington Post and New York Times and CNN. But then like Keith Olbermann got suspended. Aaron Rupar got suspended, and he took a screen grab of the message he saw, which is that his account has been permanently suspended. And Yashar Ali posted that. And so what Elon Musk is saying is that these people doxed him because they were following his jet. And he was saying that they essentially put out, quote unquote, assassination coordinates.
Which is nonsense. This is like there was one account that was following his private jet using publicly available information. So this is just like, Mr. Free Speech Advocate is just showing his true colors here. He's also, by the way, making it impossible for people to link to Mastodon from their Twitter accounts. If they want to say, hey, I'm moving over here, if you try and tweet that now, like it will automatically block it, or at least give you are you sure, sort of message. So I have set up at Mastodon. I've set up at Post. I'm not leaving Twitter yet.
Yeah,
but it's not looking good.
Yeah, I'm not leaving Twitter yet either. But like, this is unnerving, and also like a lot of people who use Twitter are journalists.
Yeah,
and politicians and journalists.
And a lot of people get their news from Twitter, and so that's why stuff like this should be a public outlet and not operating at the whims of somebody who inherited a lot of money.
Have you ever watched Yellowjackets?
I love Yellowjackets.
Okay, it's been renewed.
I heard
for season 3.
For season 3,
they haven't even done season 2 yet.
Yes. More of this. Gimme. Yeah.
So I've never seen it. Why is it a good show?
Oh God, Christy, I think you would really dig it. It is. So it's about this high school girls basketball team that gets in a plane crash on their way to compete in a big tournament, and some terrible things happened. So in their attempts to survive that moment. And we don't entirely know what all of those terrible things are, even at the end of season 1, but we do see the residual sort of trauma as it visits the same, these teenage girls as adults. So you kind of jump back and forth between the same characters as high schoolers and now like in their 40s. And, it's got this amazing cast that includes,
Melanie Linsky's in it,
Melanie
right?
Linsky, thank you, and Juliette Lewis and all these folks. And it's a really great show and smart and insightful about a lot of things. And so I'm thrilled that it's going to be around for a while. And that gives you time to catch up. Maybe we could talk about Patreon.
That would be fun, but could it be as good as MILF Manor?
Oh God.
Have you heard of MILF Manor?
I have. And this was a 30 Rock joke writ large now.
So that really was a joke on 30 Rock?
Oh yeah, there was a whole show on that Jack Donaghy creates on 30 Rock called MILF Island, where it was like teen boys or something would compete to like find the milfiest MILF or something. But MILF Manor. Oh.
It's going to be on TLC Discovery Plus, though, so I'm sure it's going to be very tasteful programming.
Oh, very, yes. This is what, who needs Batgirl when we have MILF Manor coming?
MILF Manor. A bunch of ladies my age getting their freak on, because we have needs, too.
I don't deny that.
Age.
I just don't know that this is going to be the way to explore those issues, but, what do I know?
That comes out January 15th. We will not be recapping that on our Patreon, I suspect.
No. Look, I tried watching like 1 or 2 episodes of F-Boy Island and I was off. So I
did too. That was boring.
Yeah. It was
for given what it is, it was weirdly boring.
Yeah. Except when the host would insult people. That was about it.
And then a really horrifying, tragic piece of news. DJ Twitch from The Ellen Show and from So You Think You Can Dance Stephen Boss ended his life at age 40.
Yeah.
His wife, who was a mother of their 3 young kids, was also a longtime dancer, and they met from the All-Star season of So You Think You Can Dance?
I don't know the full backstory there, but
Yeah.
no, I did hear about his passing, and it's really terrible.
It's horrifying. And the last video that he posted was from just a few days back of him and his wife dancing in front of the Christmas tree and just looking joyous. They would frequently post videos of themselves dancing, and just everything you hear was that he was a radiant, joyful presence and just a lovely guy to work with. And it just goes to show you never know what anybody is going through. So check on your folks.
Absolutely, yes. That is the lesson to take away here from we have all as a planet really have collectively gone through a really tough couple of years. So yeah, pop in on folks every so often, just see how they're doing.